Hi, my name is Michael Trout, and I want to do a video here talk on Patreon. Now, I love Patreon, and I want to see it better. So here's some feedback for your developers for Patreon. Now, what is Patreon? Patreon is this amazing crowdfunding platform that launched this year. It's like a never-ending Kickstarter. Never-ending. A lot of us, like myself, are trying to save the planet, right? And our projects don't end. So our projects are continual. So I have lots of different projects, from my salad garden, which is a permaculture way to grow your own food. I have my preschool or the school permaculture program, which I'm improving on and adding to the school and in teaching them how to be sustainable, the kids and the teachers. I have my own farm called Multi-Knife Farm, which ultimately, again, I use for teaching and other things. And these projects don't end because until we save the planet, they don't end. But what I'd like to see happen here is when someone lands on my page, right? They go, "Oh, interesting, interesting." Well, I don't understand what I'm getting here, because they don't, they're not seeing all the different activities. I've got 1,000 and 900 and 1,000, nearly 1,000 activities. Now, I've uploaded all my videos from 2 channels here. So I've got 4 years worth of videos that you can see what I've been doing for 4 years, and working on FOUNDUPS. FOUNDUPS are ideas for saving the planet by the people for the people. I want you to launch FOUNDUPS. So what I'm doing is launching. Now, what I'd like, number one, is the option to change this adjective here. Some of us are creating, some of us are making, some of us are launching, right? I'm launching FOUNDUPS for saving the planet. So I'd like a choice, a drop-down menu in the setup page that allows me to choose the adjective that I want. And I'm sure if you think about it, if I'm creating, making, launching, doing, all right. It's all good. Now, the other thing that I'd like to see happen is right here. I would like for you to consider taking this bar right here, and I'd like these you could shrink down these images even more so you can fit more across, and even double it, right? So all I can do is mouse over and I can see these different creations. The more the merrier. So I think you could do at least 2 bars at half the size, right, in here. And this is great here because you have to see all of the creations, right? The other thing that needs to happen, talking about your creations, okay? So here are my creations. As you can see here, right, I've got things that are kind of like more like a marketing creations. I've got things that are educational ones. I have product ones here. Herb sweetener is a product of mine that I created, that which is like a sweetener you use in your coffee and a lot of different things. Educational ones. It'd be nice, what we'd be able to do is have folders, to make folders. So I could set my default folder, and to kind of show you what I mean, Pinterest is a good example. So imagine these are folders that you could have on your page. Steal from Pinterest. Look at their code and take what they're doing, improve on it, and use it. So I have my salad garden. I'm going to have my permaculture. I'm going to have different Pinterest, and I just started this. So right here is kind of like my overview. Okay, I'm showing you a little bit. I'm showing you, talking about what FOUNDUPS are. I'm showing you what an educational FOUNDUP is. I'm showing you, a cooking FOUNDUP. Here is kind of my vision. Again, I'm talking about another one of my products. My salad garden is a product of mine. Sharing kind of some pop culture iconography, a popular talk of mine, talking about my story. So someone who wants to really, get information about FOUNDUPS, they can come here. I mean, here's a very popular talk on 2 years ago on TED, talk by Paul, Gilding. He stunned the audience with a talk that basically says we're screwed, and yet we're not doing anything about it. So creating folders would be a great way to do it. And finally, one last thing is basically I would like the choice to change the layout a little bit. So right now you've got your your goals down here, what I think it should be patron, and then your patron goals should be here. But what goals should do is when I click on my goals, right, make that a hyperlink, what it should happen is it should pop me down to the bottom and have my goals where right now pledges are, or at least the option. If you don't want to change it, well, give the option for layout changes, so I can put pledges here and goals here, because I think having pledges down here would be better. And the other problem is, as you can see, these goals can be kind of lengthy, right? I've got this long, and I've got this little thin paragraph to put them in here. So, you know, maybe I need to make them small. I'm going to have to go back and make them smaller if they're going to be like this. The other problem is the picture. You've got, you know, the pictures, you've got to scale the pictures, and the pictures don't scale in here. So if you don't do the, I mean, I've made them smaller, they automatically are massive and bleed over here. So you don't have the scaling, you know, set up of the frame, you know, the force frame on your pictures yet, which needed to be done too, so they fit nicely in here. My name is Michael Trout. I personally take credit for all the changes on YouTube, because if you watch my FoundUp Fix videos, you'll see that every pretty much 99% of what I told YouTube to do, they did, okay? And years before I started doing videos, they didn't do anything. So within 6 months of me starting doing videos, complaining and saying, this is what you need to do, they did it. I've worked with some other startups that, due to NDAs, I can't say who they are, but I've improved their material, and they've given me shares for doing it. You know, I don't want shares. I don't need shares. What I would like is for you to have a platform for me to basically help save the planet, and that's why I'm making this video. So I hope that you'll take a look at this, guys, and I appreciate you creating this platform. It's what I wanted to create 4 years ago, but just didn't have the funds or access to coders to get it done. But I have a vision on taking what you're doing to an extreme level. So if you're interested in that, then connect with me, and I'd be glad to discuss working together.